Hey everyone, Rarity Dash here, time for another blind commentary. And it's finally time for DWK's Totally Legit Recap videos for Season 7. And I am really excited for this. This series is just one of the most consistently hilarious things that I watch for this channel, and I really can't wait to see what this guy has to say about the Season 7 episodes. I imagine it will be a lot of fun. Kind of held off on this for a while, mostly because, well, at first it was a spoiler concern because I was following the strict US release dates for all the episodes, and he was apparently referencing leaked episodes, and I just didn't want to risk anything. And then I also did kind of want to watch the episodes, the videos for the episodes in order, and he initially skipped the first two episodes, so I decided I'd go ahead and wait until those were out. But now both of those are out, and I can just go ahead. There's really no reason to wait any longer. Yeah, I'm doing this a bit differently now. For Season 6, I did the entire season just split into two videos, and they were both crazy long. I'm doing more manageable chunks this season. It'll probably be like 4 at a time. This video is 4. It's going to be the first 4, Celestial Advice, All Bottled Up, A Flurry of Emotions, and Rock Solid Friendship. And that's a really pretty good set of episodes. Though, I mean, Season 7 has been pretty consistently good. So, yeah. But really, really excited to see what he has to say about all of them. Especially Rock Solid Friendship and All Bottled Up. Those, I just feel like, will be the best one. Because I really like what he did with Maud in Gift of the Maud Pie. And of course, everything he does with Starlight and Trixie is great. I mean, Flurry art, there's a lot of potential there, and yeah, Celestial Advice, more Starlight and Celestia. Yeah, I think all of these will be pretty good ones. And whatever the case, definitely looking forward to them. And yeah, not much else to say, so let's just go ahead and start these things. Okay. And here we go. The Fly Swatter. Totally Legit Recap. Yes, we are.
Okay, so
I think it's time well spent.
So, what are you wearing?
And Glimmy's like, nothing, dude. I'm fucking naked. No,
Yes.
butt munch. I meant for when you get your award. It's a dual ceremony, man. You're getting a Medal of Honor for defeating that big screechy bug bitch and a Grammy for best new rap singer.
Oh,
And Glimmy's like,
okay.
Yeah, I know what happened. I was kind of there.
well, god fucking damn it, Starlight. You're stealing my jokes now. I'm the one who's supposed
point.
to make fun of exposition. That's my gig. Where
Indeed.
exactly do you get off janking my go-to routine? Now I actually have to try to be funny instead of just making the same joke over and over again and banking on the fact that my viewers are all too drunk or entangled in their own depression to notice. Anyway, who cares?
Wow.
See, Spike was just distracting Glimmer so that Twiggy could sneak into her bedroom without permission and make sure there's enough room above her dresser for a mirror when, yeah, there is enough room because, you know, it's like a huge fucking wall. Seriously, Twilight, you could have just done a little harmless, stealthy observation. Like, why not make some tea or mix up some hot
we got some
toddies
Kill
or
la
whatever
Kill.
and just knock on Glimmy's door one morning and be like, hey, sister, you want a drink? Then you could just sit there, have a nice talk with your friend/student and examine any walls to your heart's content without having to orchestrate this whole subterfuge and
Very
invade her
good point.
personal space quite literally behind her back. But you know what, Twilight? I give you too much shit, and I can't even stay mad because you're such a fucking sweetheart. See, Purple may be a little odd in her methods, but all she wants is to give Glimmy a mirror with pictures of her loved ones on it, just like she has.
The first thing she'll see when she wakes up is herself surrounded by all her friends.
I'm gonna be honest, the first time I heard that line, I teared up, and even though as of this recording, I've watched this episode 20 some odd times,
Wow.
It just keeps happening. And I thought to myself, you know, I should totally have something like that. I'd love to wake up and see myself surrounded by all those good friends that I totally have.
Pull the trigger.
The award ceremony from the ending of A New Hope
mostly
happens, and of course
anime
Discord
characters.
has to act like a fucking dick in the middle of
Seems
it.
about
That's
right.
Expected. What blows me away is that Glimmy actually gets a giggle out of it while everyone else is scowling and rolling their eyes. I know the elements of harmony don't even fucking matter anymore, but I still can't help but constantly wonder what Glimglam's element would have been if she was part of the old school clique, and Oddly enough, this one little moment was the final piece of the puzzle for me. Starlight is the element of empathy. She's perfectly content to hang out with all the folks that nobody else can connect with or tolerate. Sunburst is a neat, Trixie is a narcissistic cunt, Discord is a nigh intolerable asshole, and Maud is so severely autistic that nobody gets her. Glimmer seems to have some residual sociopathic tendencies as a result of her absolute clusterfuck of a past, but at the same time, it's clear that she has the ability to appreciate those individuals with whom the majority of people just can't deal. I could spout a bunch of meaningless conjecture as to why this is the case, but I'd rather just say that I aspire to have that same level of understanding and compassion, and
What is Trixie doing over there?
Oh shit, look who it is, Vinyl. Man, yes. I love Vinyl. I know she used to be a fandom mascot or whatever, and I think you guys can probably tell I'm not exactly the type of guy who cruises through town blasting proud to be a brony with the windows down, but I'm not gonna fucking
I would hope not.
I loved Epic Wub Time back in the day, and I still ship the fuck out of Vinyl and Octavia. Also, if you get a chance, read University Days. Oh, okay, we got off track there. So Celestia's hanging around slamming down some shots, and Twi's all, wow, dude, thank God for Starlight. Now I know how you feel every time you get your shit kicked in off camera and you have to wait for me to come save you. And the big white slut with the big round butt is like, yeah, dude, how's it feel to just completely get your ass whipped? I love the
names he comes up for her.
My cheeks are sore.
Anyway, Discord's being a conniving, manipulative piece of garbage as usual, and he's all, so, Twilight, your precious little glammy glam saved the world, huh? Yeah, dude, I'm so fucking proud of her. You do realize what this means, though, right? Yeah, we got a great excuse to get hammered. No, it means that she's achieved both reformation and redemption, and her character arc is over. So what? My character arc ended in season 3, and I'm still here. That's because you started a new one immediately afterwards, dumbass. Also, you have main character privileges. Look, all I'm saying is that if you don't find a new immediate narrative purpose for Starlight, she might get written off the show, or worse, she might become an obnoxious one-note gag character that just appears occasionally to act as comic relief or a plot device. Oh, sweet fucking Christ, she's gonna become you.
That's what I was thinking.
So Twiggles grabs her Princess Superior with the giant
Sounds
posterior,
familiar, doesn't it,
like,
Discord?
Dude, how do I start the next chapter of my student's character development before she gets relegated to a side character? What would you do? I mean, I sent you off to Ponyville, and that started this show, and I completely flubbed it with Sunset Shimmer, and that started another franchise, so I seem to have really good luck with this kind of shit, but from my experience, it seems like kicking bitches out yields pretty good results. And Twi's all,
which means it's time for me to send Starlight Glimmer away.
And then suddenly we were all paying very, very close attention, weren't we? Anyway, faced with the prospect of sending Glimmy off to start her own series, Twilight tries to come up with the decent premise for a spin-off. And she's like, okay, we could send her to help Steve teach the changelings how to not be assholes.
Steve. We're going to show you how to compromise.
Now, I would like to have sex tonight, but I want to save myself for marriage.
Oh no, what should we do?
Rape him! Compromise his virginity! Oh man, we got a lot of work to do around here. Enough work for a couple seasons at least, don't you think? And Spike's all, dude, none of this would ever happen. Starlight likes cooch smooching Trixie, and even if she didn't, Steve would never turn down pussy. Trust me, dude might seem like a fruit, but he is hungry for that shit. And Thunderbuns is
okay,
like,
if you say so.
Twilight's fantasy, Spike. There is no wrong way to fantasize.
That line gave me a nice little
I knew he'd
chuckle
comment
at
on
first,
that line.
Then I realized that this is the part where every single person who commentates on this show in any capacity says something like, if you could see my porn folder, you wouldn't be saying that. And my advice to those people would simply be,
Shut up! Shut up!
oh wow, you're such a pervert because you whack your dick to those Fudas or some lolicon or whatever. Oh boy, you sure are living on the edge. Did you go on the deep webs to get that stuff? Ooga fucking booga. How terrifying. Sorry guys, but it's the current year and that shit's just normal
It's the
now.
current
You
year.
can stop jerking yourselves off over
Gotta
what
love those
you jerk
statements that
off
are always
to.
true.
Anyway, imaginary Glimglam's like, you see, the answer to this conundrum is called butt sex. Butt sex? Yep, when you do it in the butt, it's still sex, but technically it doesn't count.
Compromise.
So they snap
That was
back
perfect.
to reality. Oh, there goes gravity. And Celestia's like, Twilight, there's no wrong way to fantasize, but anal counts. That's just a fact. Well, I wish you would have told me that sooner.
Oh.
Spike's like,
Oh, yeah.
Twilight, why don't you just talk to Starlight about this instead of spurging out and literally getting lost inside your own head? It'd probably be faster and easier. And Celestia's like,
This is a momentous decision. You must consider all the possibilities.
and I'm sitting here like, hey, snow globes, I think that's what
Snow
she's
globes.
doing right now. Despite this episode being called Celestial Advice, I don't really hear any actual advice coming from anyone but Spike. You know, I've said it before, the common sense switch is always either in the Spike position or the Twilight position, but you know what position it's never, ever in? Then Twiggy's like, oh my god,
Yeah,
I got it,
yeah.
I can send Starlight to go be Ember's roommate at Dragon College.
Dragon College.
Starlight!
This scene.
You ready to do some death-defying dragon stuff? Aw, totally!
And I'm just like, dude, why did they sound so normal all of a sudden? But then Twigger's just all, wait, what if she starts hanging out with Garble, though? She could turn into a huge faggot. And Spike's like, dude, she's already gay. What's that have to do with anything, Spike? Are you insinuating that all gay people are faggots? That's just homophobic, man. Yo, Twi, how about this? Send her to go live with Sunburst. They got a bunch of fucked up emotional history together. Boom. It's a perfect premise. Holy shit, you're right. All right, problem solved. Now you can go talk to Starlight and clear all this up. Wait, no, dude. Sunburst is a lonely perma-virgin. What if he, like, red pills the fuck out of her and they get into some edgy occult bullshit? And Celestia's like... and Twi's like...
Are you laughing at me?
And Celestia's all...
Oh, Twilight, I'm not.
Dude, fuck you. That just means that, yeah, you are laughing at me, but you're too much of a bitch nigga to own up to it.
Wow.
I came to you because I was upset and needed advice, and all you did was state the obvious and then make fun of me. You know, I'm glad you sent my ass away because I've learned more from my friends here in a few short years than I did in the entire time I was with your big, fat, white... ass. Yeah, exactly. Why do you think I did it? I may be incredibly ditzy and immature for an ancient demigod, but if there's one thing I do know, it's how utterly inadequate I am. Look, I know you still maintain this, like, childlike wonder and reverence towards me, but time and time a fucking again, you've proven yourself to be more intelligent, capable, and powerful than I am. The only legit advice I can give you is to do what you think is best, because whatever that is, it'll be a better idea than anything I could come up with. It's like, yeah, nice speech, very emotional. Look, I'm gonna fix this whole thing right now. There we go. Oh shit, I should just go talk to Glimmer about this, huh? Yeah, and once you're done with that, we're flipping it back. It's my turn this week. So Twiggy's like, all right, you assholes, listen up. Dude, Glims, you did good, kid. As far as ways to prove you're a cool chick, saving the world is pretty high up there on the list. I love you, man, but I get that living in my attic might not be your only ambition in life, so I'm declaring you officially reformed, redeemed, and released. If you decide to go start your own spinoff, please, for the love of Celestia's giant ass, take Discord with you. Dude, I don't want to leave this place. This is the first time in my entire adult life that I've had stable, healthy relationships. Yeah, I did one thing right, but other than having low enough standards to form my own crew out of Equestria's social rejects, I fucked up pretty much everything else. You might think I'm ready to leave, man, but I sure as fuck don't. I don't either, dude. Discord just planted the idea in my mind and my autism carried it to its logical conclusion. Man, fuck
Pretty
you,
much.
Discord, you shaft-shining schlong goblin. Why do you always have to be such an asshole? Hey, don't bust my balls too hard. It made for a great episode. Very true. You sure are lucky that I understand your value as a plot device. If I lacked that meta-awareness, there would be literally no reason to forgive you for stuff like this. Anyway, Starlight and Princess Sparkle hug it out, and Glimmy's all, so Twilight, how do you feel about me just staying there and being part of the main cast? And Twi's like,
Long and hard.
Oh.
Twilight.
Oh.
Oh, Twilight. Oh, Twilight. Oh, Twilight. Oh, Twilight.
Okay. Yeah.
Smooth people loves the pussy. And tell me here's
Celestia.
black man servant. What?
Loved his interpretation of Celestia's advice there. That was good. And this'll be great.
So, Glimmy's like, hey, Trixie, are you mad at that salt shaker or something? And Trixie's all, dude, I can see this punchline coming like a trillion-ton asteroid. Can you please just not do it? I was just wondering why you seem so salty. I said don't fucking do it. Well, you're just no fun today, are you? Look, just help me turn this salt into crystal. Sure, just picture the crystal in your mind. I mean, technically salt already is a crystal, but I'm assuming you're talking about amethyst or... No, I meant like meth. Trixie, you can't just start doing meth. What do you mean start? I run around in a cape referring to myself in the third person and doing stage magic in a world where magic actually exists. Did you think I wasn't on speed? Anyway, Glimmy distracts Trixie from drugs by teaching her how to make shit into teacups, and Magician Horse is so happy that she gets a little frisky and makes Glamour blast a load all over her hot buns or whatever, and she's all... And I'm like, dude, Glims, you aren't fooling anyone. Anyway, Twiggles and the crew are leaving for the weekend to attend a friendship philosophy synergy seminar, and Glimmer's like, sorry man, I was trying to send you guys off with some bomb-ass fucking tea cakes, but Trixie made me jizz all over them. I appreciate the thought, but I need to know that. And so Trixie's like, yo, take these pretzels, man.
Oh, how thoughtful. Thanks. We will not get hungry on the train.
All right, so hold on a second here. Yeah, homemade tea cakes would be a hell of a lot better than a bag of pretzels, but Twilight acts like this is some kind of insult. What the fuck is wrong with pretzels, man? If I was about to go on a train ride and my buddy, who came to see me off, no less, because that's a wonderfully considerate gesture in and of itself, gave me a bag of pretzels and said, hey bro, I wanted to make sure you didn't get hungry on your trip, I'd probably start fucking crying. Are standards really so fucking high in Equestria that you're expected to provide nothing less than fresh baked goods to feed your friends on their day trips? I honestly thought Glimmy was just being neurotic and overcompensatory, but she wasn't. So Mom's gone for the day and Trixie's like, hey dude, how about it? And Glimmy's like,
Maybe we should start with something smaller.
anyway, they finish their lesbian pony pussy pounding and Trixie's like, okay, we're gonna have to do this the old fashioned way. I've got all the equipment in my wagon, but we can set it up here, and if we move this table out of the... Wait, what are you talking about? I'm just gonna cook some meth in your mentor's throne room. You don't mind, right? And Glimmy's like, oh my god, Spike, what the fuck is wrong with her? And Spike's all, bro, she tried to kill herself the day you guys met. If you didn't see this coming, I got no sympathy for you. Oh god, what do I do? Is there even more than one option? Go tell her to cut this shit out. Wait, no, I have the best idea ever. I'll just pretend that nothing's wrong. I'll just take any perceptions of Trixie that don't jive with my fantastical romantic ideal of her and stick them in this bottle. You know, the tweaker's right. You really are
romantic ideal.
I already went through this bullshit with one autistic purple horse. Why do I have to do it again? And Rarity's like,
I'm going to start with a facial.
nice first piece of dialogue for the season, Rare. 10 out of 10. This is one of those times where the joke is so easy, I can't even bring myself to make it. And if you're wondering, hey, DWK, why
that was her first line of the season,
only seem to happen with Rarity? My answer to you would be...
Never realized that.
Shut up. And Twiggy's like, all right, guys, together we can solve the puzzle. So Trixie drags Glimmy to every store in town looking for some pseudoephedrine, but nobody sells that shit anymore because, you know, people use it to make meth. God fucking damn it, I used to love that stuff. It's an extremely effective nasal decongestant, and if you take like 3 or 4 times the recommended dose, you can get a pretty kick-ass buzz off of it. Then you fucking tweakers had to come and ruin everything. Now all I can get is that phenylephrine crap, and it doesn't fucking work. Anyway, the bottle that Glim Glam's using to contain all her negative emotions gets busted, and it does not surprise me at all that Trixie can cause enough rage and disappointment to fill 3 people. Also, hey, Starlight, maybe if you're gonna be carrying around a bunch of destructive magical energy that can possess people, you should put it in anything other than glass. Could you not find a plastic water bottle or something? I love this song both because it's catchy as hell and for what it represents. It's a great song in its own right, but at the same time, it's poking
wasn't really
fun
fond
at
of it
one
at
of
first.
the core conventions of this show. That's what self-awareness should be. It doesn't have to be some cynical disenchantment with constant edgy sarcasm and a bunch of memes. You can be genuine without taking yourself seriously. This whole scene is a gag, yes, but the joke isn't that Twilight and the girls aren't best friends. Of course they are. It's that the musical numbers actually occur in universe and are just as jarring to anyone there as someone breaking out into song and dance in the street would be for us. We're getting something here that is both sincere and funny, and the humor doesn't detract from the heart. Y'all know I try to give that whole analysis thing a wide berth, but sometimes I gotta give credit where credit is due, and this is very well done. So Gloomy finally blows her stack on Trixie, and we see the return of that neck vein bulge. Look at that right there. It's almost like her head is a giant penis or something.
Wow.
Just gets all, dude, why didn't you just tell me how you felt from the beginning? How the hell was I supposed to know? Because any decent person should already know that being a passive-aggressive, selfish bitch and doing meth is unacceptable behavior.
And doing meth.
Right. Any decent person. Yeah, okay. Look, I just learned like a year ago that mind-raping people isn't okay. I'm not used to being the responsible one in any given outfit.
Very
But
fair
I mean,
point.
if it wasn't for you, I'd be Manticore shit right now, so you must be doing something right. Well, you're still shit. Yeah, but I'm your shit. You know why I can never stay mad at you? Because you're so fucking romantic. And so, Glim Glam learns a lesson that most of us
going
don't
back,
figure
indeed.
out until our 30s, and a lot of people never even come close to getting. A relationship doesn't start
okay.
when you first meet someone and you're both pretending that you're cool and perfect. It starts when you realize how much they suck, and you gotta decide if you're gonna commit to putting up with their bullshit. Also, Trixie actually says this shit.
Starlight Island.
I thought he'd bring that up.
Lively. And yeah, sometimes angry. The Starlight I love.
So if you think I'm misusing the word relationship, fucking eat me. So the gals get back from their thing, and I know the character models for the show haven't changed at all in the past 7 years, but I swear Rarity looks like she's wearing more eyeliner in this shot. I guess it's just the angle. Yes, I pay attention to this stuff. And twice all out. What's with all the
She might be.
Trixie had a really bad cold. I mean, she was just horking up bucket loads of snot, and I had to take her temperature rectally like 20 times in one day. All right, once again, didn't need to know that. Just wanted to make sure you guys aren't like cooking meth or something. What? Us? Meth? No. And Trixie's all, God damn it, she's on to us. Can you just cast a spell and make her forget she saw that? And Gloomy's like,
Haven't you learned anything about using magic to solve your problems?
and Trixie's all,
No. If we learn that lesson, how will we ever have fun?
Trixie, you have officially broken my gimmick. There is no parody I could write that would make you sound more oblivious and reprehensible than you actually are. 10 out of 10. 10 out of fucking 10. You guys don't need me anymore. I quit. Peace.
Oh. Fitting music. Yeah. Gotta love it.
Alright, so Nurse Redheart is like, Twilight, you gotta help me. An entire class at Ponyville Elementary just came down with Derpy. And Twilight's like, you know, I've never heard of that. What's it do? Well, it gives you a nasty rash, but it also causes rapid, irreversible brain damage. We've only got about 3 hours before all these kids are literally retarded, and they'll probably be dead by the end of the day. Spike, go get Starlight and make her deal with this. Dude, Twilight, Glimmer's been in Trixie's wagon ever since we made up last week, and the last time I walked by that thing, I almost fucking puke. There's a fog bank of cigarettes, whiskey, and girl jizz for half a mile around that thing. Fine, I'll help the terminally ill children. Never mind what Twilight wanted to do today. She just wanted to go get groceries and then have a bath and a glass of wine. But no, the dying kids had other plans. And Shiny's all, hey Twilight, how's it been, fam? Oh yeah, this looks like a social call. What the fuck do you guys want? And Candy is like, Twilight, please just take her for a night. We just want to go out for dinner and we haven't had sex in 4 months. Oh, 4 months, huh? 4 whole months, you poor dears. I haven't gotten any dicks since you and those glitter-covered tarts sent me through that fucking mirror. How about you two deal with an entire country's interpersonal squabbles for a day so I can go get laid? And Flurry Heart's like, Twilight,
oh,
my father.
it is good to see you once more. I can never know true joy as a pure being can, but would that I could feel the affection more trusted would be its recipient.
And Twiggy's like, alright, fine, but only because she's so cute. My favorite demonically tainted little cooch potato. And Katie's like, thanks, bro, we owe you one. Oh, you owe me a lot more than one, bitch. Okay, fair enough. Anyway, here's baby food,
that
souls,
was amazing.
extra souls, and backup extra souls. Oh, and
All
this
of the
is the
souls.
most important thing of all, her whammy. What's a whammy? Witchcraft-aided malice mollification implement. It has a few charms on it that help soothe the rage of her tormented spirit. Anyway, thanks, Twilight. We'll see you tonight. Anyway,
I did
so
not
they
know
fuck
that.
off, and Flurry's like,
Twilight, play with me.
I suppose we have time for a quick game.
so the common sense switch is in the spike position today, and he's all, God damn it, dude, quit fucking around or Ponyville's gonna have 8 more retarded children. You want that to happen because your womb was overcompensating for the fact that it'll never be used? And Twilight's like, oh, Spike, if ignorance is bliss, then being retarded must be fantastic. You know.
Oh, wow.
I'll never get a fucking break around. So they have to go to the magic supply store to get ingredients for a potion to cure the syphilitic children, and Twiggles is like, man, I always forget where they keep the powdered manticore scrotum around here. And the royal loin goblin is like,
Auntie Twilight, please, I beseech thee. My developing cerebrum requires stimulation.
so Twilight decides to have a cart race to entertain the demon baby, and much like the last cart race we saw on this show, it ends in small children almost being killed.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna say it right now. Ponies should not be allowed to have carts of any kind. If you want to race, you can just fucking run, and you can carry your groceries in a basket or whatever. Nothing with wheel. Except Trixie's wagon, and only because I don't think that thing's moving anytime soon other than rocking back and forth. So Princess Purple has to buy this entire display's worth of voodoo dolls that the devil rat knocked over, and she's like, God damn it, what am I gonna do with all of these? I haven't needed this many voodoo dolls since that time I tried speed dating. Anyway, despite Spike's protests on behalf of these kids' rapidly dwindling IQs, Twilight stops to hit on Cheerilee because, let's be honest, who wouldn't? And she's all, hey, Cheerilee, you got any tips for dealing with kids? I'm trying to take care of some shit, and this one's being a huge pain in the ass. Twilight, you know you could just get a babysitter, right? I am the babysitter. Oh, well, you just don't know what that word means then, do you? And Flurry's like... And Cheeramilf is like, oh, great, I'll just write that entire fucking lesson out again with my fucking mouth. Because, you know, I'm an Earth Pony who doesn't even have magic, let alone demigod tier alicorn magic. And Twilight's all, yeah, God, that really sucks. Yep, magic sure would make this easier. Hint, hint. What, are you talking to me? 10 out of 10, Twilight. 10 out of fucking 10. Meanwhile, Shiny and Candy are at a mixer hanging out with his old college roommate and Big Mac's stunt double, Shafthead. And Shafthead's like, oh my god, look at you, Shiny. You were such a fucking dweeb back in the day. Now you're cooking your buns in the world's hottest oven, bruh. If you guys ever want a wife swap, I'm your guy, man. You're not married, dude. Oh, well, yeah, I mean, whatever, right? Yo, I'll be back in a sec. I'm gonna grab us some Jello shots. And Shiny's like, hey, babe, this is fun, right? And Cadence is like, dear, I feel old, and not even in a bad way. Come on, we got the whole night. Let's try to have fun. Fine, but if he refers to my vagina again in any way, I'm tying his cock in a knot. Yeah, okay, you're right. Let's get the fuck out of here. So, Twiggy Ramirez stops at Ponker's place to grab some treats to console the little fillies and colts as they go through the painful intravenous treatment for what is now late-stage derpies. Of course, Candy Jr. over here fucks with the baby cakes and trashes the shop, and Purple's like, oh shit, man, sorry about that. Look, I'll make it up to you. I'll get you some of your favorite baked goods as an I'm sorry present. And Pinky's like, oh, okay, I'll just go make those for myself then. Thanks, Twilight. No problem. Love you, bro. So Twi's only got 10 minutes to get to the hospital and mix up the cure before the children literally go full retard, and she's booking it like a bat out of hell with Spike clinging to the front of the stroller for dear life, and he's like, Twilight, stop for a sec. I need to get off this thing. God damn it, Spike, we can't stop her. We'll be too late. But Twilight, it's bouncing and rubbing up against my... gross, Spike. My bad. Also, god damn it, now we know who ate all those pineapples I was saving for pina coladas. You fucking owe me. Anyway, they get to the hospital with seconds to spare and manage to save these poor bastards from a life of eating glue and crayons. So Twiggy's reading to the kids to distract them from the nausea and possibility of kidney failure, and Flurry's like,
Auntie Twilight, I've cursed this cake with sentience. It knows only pain. What can I do when you ignore me? Please end this agony of neglect.
And Perps is all,
Not right now,
Flurry?
And Flurry's like... So the devil child is overcome by the demonic taint left on her soul during its eternal torment at the hands of the old gods, and Twilight has to do the unthinkable, yell at her. And then she's like, oh, wait, this is probably my fault for dragging a magically unstable 1-year-old around on a bunch of errands while simultaneously setting a bad behavioral example and completely ignoring her. Also, now that I think about it, I probably shouldn't have brought her into a room full of kids with a contagious disease.
Yeah.
Flurry gets all
Yeah.
saggy pants, and Twilight's like, dude, look, I'm sorry I snapped at you, okay? I took on too much responsibility and I got overwhelmed, so I couldn't give you the attention you needed. I fucked up and I'm really sorry.
The emotions and concerns of the unwoken are but frivolities to me, yet the mind of this nascent mortal prison compels me to forgive your folly. Just give me my fucking whammy and we'll call it good.
And so everything's fine. The lesson here is that if your newborn child throws a tantrum and you lose your shit and end up terrorizing her, all you have to do is explain yourself in a calm, logical manner and then apologize. Babies are reasonable people, ladies and gentlemen. So they get home and Shiny and Candy show up and Perps is all, whoa, you guys are back early. And they're like, yeah, it turns out we're old and boring now. We kept thinking we were missing out on all the stuff we used to do and the social life we used to have, but it turns out we're just happy being lame and living life as a family. We're dead on the outside, but alive on the inside, and that's a hell of a lot better than the other way around. And Twiggly's like, man, I learned
suppose
something
it is.
too. Children may be demonic monstrosities sometimes,
Especially that
but they're
one.
still people, just tiny stupid people. You gotta treat them right and set a good example, and when they fuck
Tiny,
up, it's
stupid
probably
people.
more your fault than theirs. Well said, Twilight. Well said. Still, I don't think I'm ever gonna have any. Oh, Twilight, you're still young. You could probably find someone. I meant by choice, you fucking bitch.
Why? And Maud. And more Starlight. Totally Maud recap.
Okay, so this guy's like,
That's
good
what's
job
done.
passing
Wow.
your Rockdale exam, Maud. I'm glad I found someone else who wanted one of these degrees before I died. And Maud's like,
Thank you all for coming to support me on this most auspicious occasion. Now that I'm an expert on rocks, I'm confident I'll be a good mother to Boulder's children. We will wed
Wow.
in 2 days' time and move to Autism Chasm so that we may raise our family in peace.
so we're on the E train back home, and Ponker's all, Maud, I'm happy for you and all, but is marrying your imaginary friend and moving away from civilization really the best idea? Why don't you move out to Ponyville with me? You could maybe meet a real guy and have some real kids.
Pinky, look at our family's track record with offspring. I know we call our business a rock farm, but it would be more accurate to call it a personality disorder farm, because that's the only thing we actually produce. It's better if I don't have biological offspring, and I'll be happy with my rock children.
Look, just come home with me for a couple days and give real
Rock
people
children.
one more chance. It can't hurt, right?
You would think that, wouldn't you?
Anyway, after a quick dose of existential horror, Maud decides to humor her sister, and Pinky takes her to Ponyville in a last-ditch effort to form a connection with another carbon-based life form. And Rarity's like, yo, darling, what you been up to?
Making one last desperate attempt to avoid dying alone. I assume you can relate.
Oh, yeah, I suppose nobody really wants that, do they?
Aw,
It's like
Rarity.
overcooked food. Nobody wants it, but a lot of us get it. Only this isn't something you can send back.
Spike, please tell me you brought some vodka. And Maud's all,
Pinky, not only do I have no idea how to talk to people, but I also make them miserable, and I don't even understand why. Social interaction for me is like looking through a one-way mirror. Please just let me leave.
And Pinky's like, look, it's everyone's favorite background pony, Lyra Heartstrings.
What does she have to do with
Definitely
this
my favorite.
conversation?
Wait, what does who have to do with what? I just blacked out for like 10 seconds. Oh, hey, look who it is. I wasn't expecting to see you here, Glimmy. And again, why wouldn't I expect to see the main character of the
Indeed.
show? And Glim's like,
Have we met before?
and Maud's like,
No, I don't think so.
yeah, you're right. Never mind. I had a few glasses of wine with lunch, so, you know. So Ponka makes Maud hang out with Glimmy in the hopes that they'll hit it off, and Maud's all...
I like rocks. What are your hobbies?
And Starlight's like...
I like kites.
Are you a child molester?
Why does everyone always ask me that?
I think most people assume that adults who like kids stuff are just child molesters trying to lure in new victims.
Nope, I just really like kites.
I respect you for pursuing your passion regardless of any potential social stigma, but that's still pretty gay.
Hey, you can't argue with that. You want to help me fly my big gay kite?
Fuck yes.
Meanwhile, Pinky's spying on them and riding on the edge of a nervous breakdown because her sister's future essentially depends on two severely autistic people becoming friends. And Maud's like,
Wow,
Yeah.
that really is a big gay kite.
you think this one's big and gay? You should see the 10-foot wide one I made in the shape of Trixie's ass. I'd show
Oh.
you, but I'm not allowed to fly it within the town limits anymore.
You're really weird.
So Pinky decides
can
that these two
understand
might
why.
bond faster if they experience some tension together. So she's like, look out, guys, a rapist. Don't worry, I got her. That was pretty intense, though, huh? And they're all, why are you wearing a pizza suit? Why aren't you unfashionable motherfuckers? Jesus. Anyway, it's a little later, and Maud and Glimmy are doing some spelunking together, and I don't mean the kind she does with Trixie. I'm talking about
Wow.
the actual kind. And Starlight's like,
Keep
holy
bringing that up.
shit, this place is fucking gorgeous. This must be like heaven for you.
It's almost poetic.
What is?
That my personal paradise would be underground when my personal hell is above it.
Holy shit, bro, you're fucking deep.
So are you. We're in a subterranean cave.
You know what?
Wow.
Maud? I think you're really cool. And then Pinky's all, so it's later that night, and this is adorable. No, I'm not talking about the fact that these two sleep in the same bed. That's just hot. No, I'm talking
Wow.
about this right here. Maud's hair is
It is
obviously
pretty
just
cute.
as unyielding as her personality.
Yeah.
Anyway, nothing sexual happens,
curlers
I
are
promise, but when Pink Pop
not gonna
wakes
do
up, she
anything.
finds this note.
Pinky, thank you for trying to help me, but I'm done. I've realized that my obsession and self-imposed social isolation are just defense mechanisms I've developed to spare myself a life of constant rejection. Being alone hurts less if you pretend it's by choice, and I'd rather go back to my delusions before this taste of the unattainable
Wow.
shatters them forever. Please come visit me in my rock tulpas someday. Love, Maud.
And Pinky's like, God damn it, you stupid cunt. Why couldn't you just be my sister's friend? And Glimmy Glam's all, dude, wait, she left? Yeah, but we were totally hitting it off. You just kept fucking it up. Seriously, that's pretty much exactly what she said.
Indeed
So
it
Maud's
is.
pretty depressed that not only did she fuck up her self-professed area of expertise, but with her sister, no less. However, she powers through it, and thank God, too, because Maud is past the point of no return, and Pinky arrives just in time to interrupt her attempt at suicide by eel. And she's like, holy shit, dude, did you just try to kill yourself?
Yes, I came so close to forming an actual interpersonal connection that I realized I could never go back to living in my fantasy world no matter how well constructed it was. I thought I could be happy marrying my own fantasy, but it was all a lie. I told myself to keep the crushing loneliness and despair at bay, so I
Wow.
decided to end my life rather than undertake the monumental task of salvaging it.
But you're gonna die
bleak.
anyway.
Obviously, what's your point?
My point is that if death is certain anyway, then what's the harm in trying to live a little longer? At the very worst, you'll still end up dead like you wanted, but at best, you might actually be happy. Look, I promise I'll stop being an annoying cunt, but just give it a shot, okay?
Some really
if it
good
doesn't
Pinky
work
advice.
out, I promise I'll blow your brains out myself. And Starlight's too, you know, just cuz.
Deal.
So Maud's all,
Hello, compadre.
what kind of slang is that?
I have no idea. I'm sorry I left, but I'm really shit at this.
Hey, it's cool, man. You're literally talking to the princess of the social rejects.
Can I be part of your kingdom?
You already are, dude.
Thanks. Want to help me decorate my cave?
Whoa, back it up. Look, Maud, I think you're fucking great and everything, and I think we're gonna be great friends, but I've got this thing going on with somebody else.
It's not a sexual euphemism.
Oh shit, my bad. Yeah, let's go.
My cave.
Did some shit, did some fuck, did some shit, you got a fuck shit stack.
In this song.
Fuck shit stack, it's a stack of fuck shit on top of itself, nigga.
Yeah, that just makes me think of the anthology video. Okay. So, yeah. It's as good as it was before, if not better. Those were some just flat-out hilarious videos. This guy, he just has this down. It's always just really funny and also really pretty insightful. And just the way he distills the episodes down to what he does is incredible. Yeah, all of these were memorably good. All four of these were really, really memorably good. The first one, it was about perfect. I loved how he interpreted Celestia's advice. I loved how he did the different scenarios that Twilight envisioned. In the fantasy line, that was, yeah, of course, commented on, and in an amusing way. Because he can't just make the obvious joke with that kind of thing, and I like how, how he's doing that, and how he's commenting on how they're kind of stealing some of his jokes with some of the self-aware moments. And, yeah, it was a really good one. The second one, though, I just love the Trixie Starlight stuff, especially since I do really ship it myself. And he did that quite well, and it was all great. Just the way he exploited certain moments. And of course, you didn't even have to exploit some stuff. That line at the end, the Starlight that I love. Yeah, that's like, that's pretty hard to ignore. Like, I seriously do think that line, that Hasbro, with that line, they're wanting us to ship them. That's the full intention here. Because just phrasing it that way, it's a little much. That's what makes it so great, though. And I love how the Starlight Trixie stuff was really mentioned in all of these, I think. He kept bringing it up. And, yeah. It was pretty great. And then we had the Flurry Heart episode, and how he did Flurry. It was pretty incredible. That voice and the effects, and just all of it. The first time that I heard that, the first time he did it, it just got me so bad, like worse than I think almost anything else in here. Maybe a few other things got me that bad, but that was just sustained breakdown into laughter, and it was really quite incredible. And maybe there were diminishing returns as it went on, but everything else was still funny as hell. And I mean, there were certain things that Flurry said that I got to that level again, but or not quite that level, but close to it. And the derpies, okay, that's a thing, I guess. But yeah, I never really asked the question of why is she bringing the baby into the hospital with all the sick fillies. That just seems like a bad idea, because it's clearly contagious if the whole class caught it, I would think. And maybe it's like supposed to be a chickenpox thing, which is why the adults don't worry about it, but the little baby, that doesn't seem like a good idea. So, yeah, I don't know. And I like how he brings up points like that I didn't really quite think about. I didn't quite think about the logic of it, and he raises lots of really good questions about the episodes when he does that, and it's cool. And then we had Maud, and Maud is simultaneously both hilarious and just sad. like seriously, some of the things that he had her say were just so bleak and depressing, and yet they fit perfectly with the situation. Yeah, it was, yeah, it was pretty funny. I love the little moment with Rarity. That just so perfectly tied it back into the Gift of the Mod Pie one. That was great. And kites. Kites is a weird hobby, I gotta say. But yeah, lots of fun. And can't wait to do the next set. It'll be probably a few weeks before I get back to it. I don't want to go too fast, or else I'll just catch up, and then I just won't have any more to do. So I'm going to probably space these out and try and savor them. So, yeah, maybe like a month from now, maybe a month and a half, I don't know. But in time, I'll get to 5 through 8 probably next time, and keep going from there, I think. But we'll see. Anyway, hope you liked the commentary. Let me know if you did, and see you in the next one.